So, where did the role come from? So, the role actually started with a company called Palantir. And this wasn't actually very recent. In fact, this was back in about 2016. Palantir created this role for helping customers actually deploy their software and make it do useful things in their organization.
Mhm.
So what does that mean? Well, basically, Palantir sold software for making sense of huge, messy piles of data, but the software didn't solve any specific problem on its own out of the box. So think of like when you install Claude Cowork on your machine, it doesn't actually do anything until you tell it to do a thing and you get an outcome, right? And that was the same with Palantir. And so instead of just shipping their software and walking away, they sent engineers to actually sit inside the customer's building and work alongside the actual staff and write custom code on the platform until it did something genuinely useful for that customer. So it was like this forward deployed engineer, which they called a forward deployed software engineer,
Okay.
worked directly with the customer. And they nicknamed this role a delta. Okay. So that's where it came from. But then fast forward to today, because I'm sure in 2016 you didn't hear of this rule, but now we're hearing forward deployed engineer everywhere.
Mhm.
So the question is, well, why are we hearing about it now? And
Mhm.
the reason is because AI native software works a lot. Well, it's very similar to the Palantir model. Just like I used that example of Claude Cowork, when you install sort of AI native software on your computer, or you're using it on the you're using it on the cloud,
Mhm.
right? It doesn't actually do anything until you tell it to do something, you verify that it's correct, and you build upon it. And so AI native companies started essentially copying this model. So they looked at Palantir and they were like, oh, that would actually really work for us. We need someone to go into these organizations and actually help our customers use the software and verify that it's correct, as well as feed information back to the product team about how they're using it. And they needed people who could code. So sit directly with the customer, code, and verify outcomes. And so that's why you're hearing about this rule now.